side fuel tank. We got 130 gallons in the tanks right now. So we're going to top these up. We're going to top up the def. We're going to put almost 180 gallons in, I think. We'll see what it takes. We're going to top them up, no matter what. Driver's side is almost full. It clicked off as it reached, near capacity. We got a little ways for this side to go. So 166 gallons. Well, unlike in Canada, we can do that. Canada, you can only do one side at a time, which is kind of stupid. But, rules is rules. So 175 gallons. So that'll get me down to Savannah. Me loaded, and then it get me out to Texas. So he's on this fill up without much issue. 187.39 gallons, and we're going to top this up a little bit. So far. Get our fuel cap back on. We're going to read that sloshing out as we go down the road. Yep. $192 so far. For another gallon or two on this side. That's going to make it 195 even. I think it'll be just fine. 195, $487.49. Cap back on. Grab our diesel exhaust fluid. Move nozzle to fuel depth. Bring that on. In there. And we got about half a tank of depth, so we're gonna fill this up, but not too bad. I mean, one plane in the sky right there, but otherwise not too bad. Gonna put at least 6 gallons in, probably about 7. Probably a little more accurate. We are going to Houston, Jim. We're going to Houston. So we're going to the southeast side of Texas, pretty much. Which could mean we are done with Houston. We make this delivery there. If we don't get any other load, we could possibly be going down to the port of Galveston. That might be where we might do a pickup, but we'll see. DEF is diesel exhaust fluid. It's supposed to control pollutants in the, from the exhaust. but in my opinion, it causes more problems than necessary. You know, all the extra work it takes to make it, transport it, store it, clean up after it, use it, you know, it really doesn't do much. We got 7 gallons of that in there. Put that cap back on. It's to help with pollutants coming out the exhaust, but all the extra energy that it burns to create it and transport it and store it and all the other subsequent problems that come with an extra system on the truck, I don't see the advantage, but there you go. So now we got 200 miles down to Savannah. Yeah, because I don't have that attack. That's the only reason I have Wayne. And Wayne is my middle name, so I like you already. Yeah, I don't have a lot of the but some of it does come out. I do that. Like I said, basically 97 miles down to we're going to pick up this John Deere 50G mini excavator. Got about 3 hours to getting down there. It is 8:15 right now, so just about 11 o'clock roughly. And if we're really lucky, we can leave there by noon, get back up here, get things reset, and then back onto the road we go. And we do what we can. We do what we can. So like I said, we are in Jackson, Georgia. Exit 201. We filled up here at the Flying J on I-75.
Speed limit reduced ahead.
Like I said, we had about a 280-mile deadhead from Emerson, Georgia, where I spent the past 4 days. And we got to head back up that way to pick Christina back up. It's about an extra 100 miles to our total trip, but we will do what we can as we can.
Turn left onto West
Come on, man, you could have gotten through that. You know, they just run that red light because you're not paying attention. All right. That sun glare is right in the eyes. All right, Buck Snort Road is what we are sitting on. This is West Highway 36 right here, which is exit 201 off of I-75. I need, you know, McGuire's clay bar to really do a good number on these windows. Lisa D, good morning to you. Hopefully you are in a relatively warm spot this morning. It is a whopping 45 degrees now here in mid-South Georgia. We are topped up with fuel, with diesel exhaust fluid. And now we finish up our last little deadhead out to Savannah.
Turn at the first right onto I-75 south toward Macon.
Towards Macon. Yeah, ready. Oh, Detroit. Yeah. We were up there a little while ago. I mean, spent a little bit more time out Minnesota way, but we're up. We went past there. Just not a couple weeks ago. Spent the weekend over in Albert Lee, which is, you know, not too far away. Stay right here. And we'll just set the old cruise control at 70 miles an hour. Just roll on down the road. But not too bad of a morning overall. It was down near freezing last night, but had the heater on. But otherwise, not too shabby. Well, can't stand the weather in Florida. It's like, especially in the summertime, it's oppressively hot. It's uncomfortable. I'm from Baltimore. I like, you know, and I do like winter. I like it when there's snow on the ground. Reason for it to like that. But summertime, especially in Florida, no thanks. I've spent enough times there in Florida, you know, working and just waiting around for a load. It's just not comfortable for me. Just not my speed. Yeah, I mean, like I said, Detroit's not my favorite city. I mean, Detroit, St. Louis, Chicago. Those are probably my top 3 cities I really don't like being in as a truck driver. But Detroit, otherwise, you know, there's a lot of areas around Detroit that I have no problem with. Just working, you know, driving into and through Detroit is always a pain in the neck. But It's much like everywhere else, I guess. You know, I guess. Mid weather-wise, yeah. The only place in America where you got to go south to go to Canada. Detroit. Yeah, so like I said, we're picking up a little John Deere mini excavator, a little 50G, 50G. We're taking this out to Houston, Texas, so not a massive load. But because I have to be back here on the 25th, back in Atlanta, they're, you know, just getting me anything to keep me running. You know, try to keep me a little bit more in the region. You know, but once the 25th is, you know, the appointment I have with, or Christina has on the 25th, we have a good long while where we don't have to be anywhere, you know, in town, you know, in Atlanta. So, but once that's done, we are good to go. Yeah, nice blue skies this morning. A little bit of haze way out there on the to the south of us, but the closer you get to the Atlantic, of course, that's going to be southbound, right side, 196. But that's par for the course. You know, way off, you get a little bit more of that atmosphere of the way, a little bit of those Florida storms. Other than that, we are doing A-OK. I didn't need the rest, but Christina needed a bit of the rest. Plus, you know, doctor's appointments and, you know, personal stuff to take care of, so her time off the truck, I'm sure, has been good for her. Needs it. You know, it's not not her standard fare. I'm sure we got enough space between me and this UPS truck before I get over. There we go. So like I said, just about 3 hours. And we got the old way station ahead.
Way station ahead.
Thank you, I just said that. Where's your way station? Caught the edge there a little bit. And we'll see if the sucker's open. Let's see, 8 something in the morning. Slow down here because these trucks in front of me are going a little bit slower. We don't need to be passing them right in front of the way station and skipping that, because when they have to come get you, that's a problem. Okay, well, it might be closed. A lot of trucks passing. I don't see anybody going in. So we may have a closed way station. Trucks use right lane. Right, and this pole over here is the transponder. You know, the whatchamacallit. Crossing over the way in motion with the cameras right there. Here's the sending unit telling me where the bypass will go straight. We don't have a transponder, so we can't use that, but we use the signs. So that's closed. 8:28 in the morning. Mile marker 191. There we go. Well, Linda, you have a good morning, and definitely hope we see you on Sunday for Sunday dinner number 13. Southbound, right side, 190. Lori, good morning to you. How are you doing? I am personally doing fairly well. 4 days off, doing nothing has been a not too fun. But we are moving again. We are heading out here to Houston after we go down here to Savannah, Georgia to pick up a little mini excavator. So, coming up on Forsyth, Georgia. Have really stopped in Forsyth ever, but I would expect it's much like any other place in Georgia. Blah 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 blah. I said I'll stop in Jackson up here. I might stop down in Warner Robins, Valdosta, Vienna, Adele, but I've never really stopped here in Forsyth. I've never had a need. It was always at a at a distance. I was never really conducive, so. Other than that, like I said, it's basically just like everywhere else in America. Good, bad, indifferent, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we are going to be heading down. We're heading down here towards Macon, Georgia. And instead of getting on the 475, which will take you around the east side or the west side of Macon, which is typically going to keep you on, which is going to basically, you're going to kind of bypass downtown and get back on the I-75, which will take you down to Florida. Like I said, over Valdosta, Vienna, that way. We're going to stay more to the east. We're going to be on I-16. And that'll take us, like I said, we're going to head more toward the Atlantic coast and stay out of Florida for the most part. I've made, I don't know, at least minimum of a dozen runs to Macon itself, picking up roofing when I was at Melton Truck Lines. Did a lot of roofing pickup there in Macon from the Johnson or Johns Mansville factory there, or distribution hub, or whatever they want to call it. So I picked up a lot in Macon, but I've made a lot of runs past Macon, both north and south, in at least a dozen ways. Sir Ross Roams, all the way from lovely, beautiful United Kingdom, Great Britain, England, London in particular. And Ross, I do apologize. I have not seen your last video you posted, but I will be watching that. I can't remember where it was from. I believe it started with a C, was the last city or town you were in. But I will be going back to watch that as soon as I can. If you ever want to see real England, real London, real Great Britain, go watch Mr. Ross Roams here on his channel. Does some good video. Always enjoyed watching his stuff. Being an Anglophile as I am, it's always nice to see the reality of the place. This guy is not going to get in the old slow lane here, so we'll just get away from his backside there a little bit safer. But good 70-mile-an-hour roll, pretty much all the way for the most part. We'll slow down here and there. I think we got there's a bit of, we still got some construction on I-16 around in Macon. Still got to deal with that. I mean, I was down here last Friday making my delivery, which came all the way from out west. Southbound right side, 183. We'll call out for that car on the side of the road. Helps everybody else be a little bit safer. If they have a radio, a CD, 2 if they have it on, 3 if they have the volume up, 4 if they have it adjusted correctly, and 5 if they actually pay attention to it. Like I said, we still got a little over 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes down to Savannah, where we will be picking up our little excavator. Yeah, there's a couple of channels out there that have a lot of subscribers, but
2 miles, keep left onto I-75 south towards Savannah.
and unfortunately, far too many channels, which, as a matter of course, I subscribe to every trucking channel I can to see what they're doing, see what they're talking about, blah, 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 blah. But unfortunately, they don't, I never really do the, like I said before, I don't do the YouTube channel, the vlog itself for anybody but myself, as basically a diary or a record of my trucking career. Other people like it, outstanding, great, I hope you enjoy it. I do the live streams, especially the cooking, for the audience. Excuse me.
In half a mile, keep left onto I-75 south towards Savannah.
And especially the cooking is kind of 50-50. I do the cooking primarily for myself, but almost 50% for the audience because people seem to enjoy that. I probably enjoy it more because I love to cook.
Keep left onto I-75 south towards Savannah.
All right, I-75, I-16, we're staying on that. 475, heading off a little bit more to the west, or southwest, as it were. It'll meet up with I-75 in about, I don't know, less than like 15 miles or something. The 75 will go straight and then turn once we get down to Macon and head over, and they'll meet back up. We're gonna have a bit of construction over here. We're gonna need to be in the left-hand lane. Something, you know, a little bit down the road here. Because I-16 will be in the left lane. I-75 will stay in the right-hand lane. And it's all construction. They've been working on it for a good while. I gotta slow down up here a little bit. But for the moment, we can stay at 70 miles an hour. All right, and speaking of the cooking, I have posted the menu selection for Sunday's dinner for everybody to vote upon. Nobody gave me a, okay, Lori, just have a good day. Lori's Crochet Corner 2. Please go check out her channel.